Today's episode is another in the Mindset series. Mandy McAllister joins me again for this great episode. We love doing this stuff about mindset. Today's episode talks about clarity and understanding what you're looking for, what you're trying to achieve, what you need to do next. Just getting clarity in all aspects of your life. And I think we both agree that that's very important. So enjoy all of that. Hopefully it helps some of you. It definitely helped me for sure to get more clarity. As always, like and subscribe on Wrestling with Real Estate, the YouTube channel. Go to the WWRE podcast and give me a 5-star rating and write me a review if you think it's worthy. And I'm looking to speak to as many of you as possible. If you're interested in real estate, whatever aspects of real estate you're interested in, I'd love to get to know you, see if there's any way whatsoever I can help you. So if there's going to be a link in the description down below, or go to wrestlingwithrealestate.com and sign up there. We can hop on a call and we can talk about real estate. So I'd love that. But before that, enjoy today's episode on clarity. Now, Mandy McAllister is in the house. You probably feel her presence. You can probably feel her presence through your computer. She has that aura and that presence. So we're very lucky, very happy to have you joining us today, Mandy. So I'm excited to get into another awesome talk.
Me too, Barry. I'm always so juiced after these conversations. So let's dig in.
We should start at like 6 a.m. or something. Well, that'll be 3 a.m. my time. That might not work. But it definitely gives me energy as well. I love it. So today we're following on from last week's talk where we talked about having a plan and how important that is. But this week we're going to talk about clarity, right? Yeah. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
What does that mean to you? Maybe link it into the previous episode as well, if you can.
In having a plan, we talked a little bit about like having what is that next best step, and the kind of quiet moments that it takes to figure out what that next right step is, thinking in terms of the outcome that you want to achieve, gaining clarity makes that next step be the most impactful. So, in my opinion, it's that function of getting very, quiet and really thinking through what will, yield the very best outcome from whatever step it is that you're going to take is really what clarity means to me.
Yeah, not to put you on the spot, but do you have an example maybe of something that you've done, or
well, I think very much we talked also about the one thing, right? Like, what's the one thing that I can do that if I do it, everything else becomes easier or unnecessary? So that helps you, like that clarifying question, as the author calls it, Gary Keller calls it, it just really helps you get very granular on the one thing to get laser focused on. So I'll tell you something for my day job. I realized, in my last day job that it was, very difficult for doctors to order this thing that I was selling. And I knew if I just made it easier to order, then way more of them would get ordered. And it happened. And it, became kind of, in a small way, revolutionary for, what it is that we were trying to do. So just the clarity on what it is that's the linchpin that's standing in your way of whatever activity you're trying to do or outcome you're trying to reach. It might not be the obvious thing. So it's that actionable tip, getting quiet to figure out what is getting in your way that provides that clarity to keep you focused on that plan.
Yeah, that's brilliant. I think something else that helps is becoming really clear on what you want as well. As we talked in that previous episode about
having a plan.
Having a plan. I remember about having a plan is having that clarity of what that plan looks like, right? So if you can say, okay, I want financial freedom, right? But what does that financial freedom look like to you? Okay, it means replacing my work, the money that I make from my work, or my living expenses with rental income, right? Well, what does that look like? You know,
Yeah.
dive in a little bit deeper. It's easy to kind of have that big vision, and it's good. Don't get me wrong, it's better than anything. But if you can really kind of figure out what it really looks like, right? And it'll change. And we talked about this last time. I'm sure it'll change, and it won't be exactly what you look like. But the more defined you can be, I needed to get to 100 units of apartment complexes, right? Or I need to get to 20 rental properties, or I need to do 30 flips a year, whatever it is. Figure it out and get that number. So then, just like you talked about, which is brilliant, it'll help you get that clarity of what my next step is, right? What is that? What is the next step on the rung on the ladder that I need to go to, right? Don't think about the last rung, because you'll get there eventually. Think of the next one, and that'll give you clarity. So if I'm doing 30 flips a year, okay, do I have deal flow? No, I don't have deal flow. Okay, what do I need to get deal flow? I need to find good wholesalers. I need to find good agents, right? I need to get all my ducks in a row, so when I'm able to buy, I can buy straight away. I'm just using as an example. Everything becomes so much clearer, and it's having that clarity of what you're trying to achieve will help that a lot. So I think that's very important, and I think you put it brilliantly as always.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
I think that you made a really great point too, that, clarity of what your goals are, clarity of what you want overall in your life in many different facets is really important. I joined a mastermind, and in that mastermind, a woman was telling me about she and her husband sit down January 1st every year, and they make their team goals for their family so that they have overall clarity in that avenue of their life. And that was just like hashtag couple goals for me. You know what I mean? So I think that there are, to gain clarity in most every part of your life is what makes things happen more quickly.
Yeah, it's so true. And when you have that clarity as well, there's, it doesn't mean that anything is set in stone, right? It's just trying to understand what everything looks like and have a vision and have an understanding and have a goal. It doesn't mean that that's what you stick to, right? But it's having that clarity and everything gives you that freedom to go after stuff a lot more, right? Because if you're not clear about what you're trying to achieve, whether it's in your relationship, whether it's in health, fitness, in your professional career, in real estate, if you don't have that clarity, what are you going after? How can you go after anything if you don't know what it looks like and you don't understand what it looks like, right? And if you don't know what the next steps are from there, so having that clarity really is a brilliant thing, I think. And I think we could all, I don't think we ever get there, right? Where everything's like, oh my God, my life is so clear and everything has that clarity to it, right? But we try, and you've just got to, it's a continuous process, in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah, just a continuous, like, little pivots. And if you get good at finding clarity, it becomes significantly easier. That's a muscle just like anything else, So
yeah, 100%.
Sit down, have that goal setting, have that plan in mind, and get very clear on what the end is. Get very clear on what the next right step is and what the thing is that's standing in your way from making the progress that you want to make, because it might not be the thing that's obvious.
Yeah, brilliant. Love it, as always. Okay, so how can we find out more about Mandy McAllister? Where can we get in touch with you? How can we find out what's going on with you? All that good stuff.
MandyMcAllister.com is kind of the catch-all for all of the things that I do. So check me out there.
Maybe you can find some clarity there.
See what you did there. That's good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.